So I'm in the trailer a couple days later after the track testing we did at Darlington. So I want to take the car out, do a couple runs, make sure that nothing crazy is going on before World Cup finals. Try a couple different settings with the clutch and the tune, and you'll see how that went shortly here if you haven't already. But we got some personal bests, a nice big wheelie. I'm gonna go ahead and probably unstrap this thing, make a couple changes before World Cup, and hopefully get a world record there. But the belly pan did get smashed a little bit. However, that's getting changed for a full pan that actually goes under the oil pan. It's one of the requirements for World Cup. In case the engine lets go, I don't oil down the whole track. But the other change we're gonna make is to the wastegate springs. I'm gonna stiffen them up a little bit. I'm still in a 3-port boost controller, and hopefully make a couple more pounds of boost at the track. I'm not trying to go too crazy with it or put a 4-port on it or CO2 just yet. I think the setup we have now will do what I want it to do. But just as a reminder, this is still a V160 synchronized transmission in every gear. So what that means is I have to use the clutch on every single shift. As far as I know, the fastest car ever to go with to use a synchronized transmission is a 791, which was SW 10 plus years ago. So we're creeping up on that record. That was the wheelie pass we just made. I'm guessing that 127 60-foot is with the rear wheels, so 120 something probably legitimately, but obviously I let off. So on to the next pass. Oh my goodness. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Whew. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna have to go home at this point. 7-second street car right here. And I hit the rev limiter like in every gear, I feel like. I don't know why. Nitrous. Here's that last and final run. Best 60-foot I've ever had, best 330-foot, but I had to let out. The clutch started slipping and I didn't want to burn it up before World Cup. That might have been that world record run of a 790 or faster, but I guess we'll have to give it another shot. So for those that may not know or don't follow too much, this car is still a V160. It's a synchronized transmission, so what that means is I'm using the clutch on launch and then every shift after that as well. Most other fast stick shift cars you see are using a dog box or face-plated transmission, which means that after they launch, they're not really touching the clutch pedal. They can either use a strain gauge or some kind of ignition cut and just pull on the shifter and get into the next gear, get much quicker shifts, and Obviously, when you're at that level, the transmission strength has probably improved as well. So this transmission has been serving me pretty well. I'm still blown away that I ran a 795. I think I'm the only second car to ever run a 7-second pass with a synchronized trans. The fastest guy that I'm aware of is still SW, I think 10 or 15 years ago when a 791. So I'm hoping to beat that record at World Cup and be the fastest synchronized transmission to my knowledge. And I think my goals for this car will be complete. And going faster than that will require face-plated trans, probably lighten the car up. This thing still has a lot of weight in it. It's a pretty heavy car. I mean, take the headlight out, change a couple things, and this thing is very streetable. But I'm excited to see where it does at World Cup. Hopefully make a couple runs before I break something. A lot of fast cars there. Kind of doubt I'm gonna win, but if I qualify and make it past round 1, I'll be blown away. Or if I run a 790 or faster, I think that's my ultimate goal for this event.